Imagine waking up one morning, only to find your entire city in flames. No escape routes, no help coming, just an uncontrollable inferno spreading faster than you can run. Welcome to the Great Fire of London in 1666, a disaster that forever changed one of the world's greatest cities. But what was it really like to be trapped in that hellish nightmare? Well, stick around, because today, we're diving into the burning chaos of the Great Fire and why it sucked to be there. You won't believe what these poor souls went through. Hey, history lovers! Before we jump into today's video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on the most mind-blowing historical facts, right here on our channel. Now, let's get into it. Let's travel back to September 1666 and explore why being in the Great Fire of London was, to put it simply, an absolute nightmare. The fire ignites. It all started on the night of September 2nd, 1666. A small flame broke out in the bakery of Thomas Fariner, located in the heart of Pudding Lane. Sounds harmless, right? But this wasn't your average kitchen fire. The city of London was a tinderbox waiting to explode. A summer of drought, dry timber buildings, and narrow, cramped streets made London a perfect storm for disaster. The fire spread quickly, fueled by the city's wooden buildings and strong winds, burning uncontrollably for 4 days. Imagine that, a fire so intense, it turns the sky orange, and the ground below you is nothing but ash. The city was helpless. Can you picture it? No firefighters, no fire trucks, just panic, confusion, and devastation as the flames raced through homes, shops, and even the iconic St. Paul's Cathedral. If you lived in London back then, you probably didn't stand a chance. The destruction. Now let's talk about the destruction. By the time the fire was finally brought under control, over 87 churches, 13,000 homes, and countless businesses had been reduced to ashes. The once thriving city was now a shell of its former self. And here's where it gets even worse. With the fire so uncontrollable, many people had to make a gut-wrenching decision: stay and fight or flee and lose everything. Some tried to fight back with buckets of water, but the flames were simply too strong. Can you imagine watching everything you've worked for, everything you've built, just disappear in front of your eyes? Homes, businesses, memories, gone in minutes. The human impact. But the real heart-wrenching part of this disaster wasn't just the property damage. It was the human toll. Thousands of Londoners were left homeless, with nothing but the clothes on their backs. The city had no organized response, and the authorities were caught completely off guard. Imagine being in a city that was, essentially, defenseless against the chaos. Families were torn apart. In a place where survival meant fighting for every inch of safety, people risked their lives to save their loved ones, but with the fire blocking every escape route, many found themselves trapped in a sea of smoke, heat, and panic. And don't even get me started on the psychological trauma. Losing everything you know, watching your world burn, and wondering if you'll even survive the night, it's something most of us can't even begin to fathom. The aftermath. After the flames were finally out, London was left in ruins. And the aftermath wasn't just about rebuilding, it was about dealing with the horrific consequences. No one knew how many had died. Official reports say only a handful perished, but many believe the true death toll was much higher. Some say the number was in the thousands. Rebuilding the city wasn't easy. It took years, decades, actually, to restore London to its former glory. The fire led to significant changes in building codes, including the introduction of fire-resistant materials and better urban planning, but the psychological scars lingered long after the ashes had settled. That sense of vulnerability, knowing that a single spark could destroy everything, it shaped London for centuries. The legacy. So, what can we learn from the Great Fire of London? Well, it's about more than just flames and rubble. It's about resilience. London didn't stay down for long. People rebuilt, adapted, and grew stronger in the face of catastrophe. The fire, while devastating, led to better planning, better safety measures, and ultimately, a better city. Today, when we walk through the streets of London, we might see the remnants of history. But those who lived through the fire? They would never forget the hell they endured, and we, as modern-day Londoners or history buffs, need to remember what happened. So we never take our safety for granted. London came back stronger than ever. And it's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there's always a chance to rebuild and rise again. So, what do you think? Could you have survived the Great Fire of London? Or would you have been caught in the flames? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into history, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe for more incredible stories from the past. Remember, history is all around us, it's up to us to learn from it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time, when we'll uncover another moment in history you won't want to miss.